In the Revachol Citizens Militia, there is only one officer superstar. This is his story. Let's go see what this cup is. It's a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. Ah, nasty. Nasty. Let's see what's on this wall. Photos of men in overalls, toting guns and Union placards. You see hawthorn bushes outside. I don't really know why that's a
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Oh, wow. Heroic. We have 3% chance. It's not... This one we have less of a chance because minus 12 because it's not time yet. So I guess it's not time yet. Let's try squinting, though, because that's helped us before.
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Okay, we are not going to try this. We're going to revert our gaze. Okay, I guess we talked to Titus.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can. Oh, we got a new task. Interrogate the vigilantes.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
The chatter is too inane to reach your ears. Raise your chin and gaze into the distance like a prince.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
The little guy looks at his mates in disbelief.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
Nice. I like this. This is awesome. We're making him uncomfortable with our silence.
We are looking for Titus Hardie.
The lieutenant turns to the broad-shouldered man at the end of the table. First, we need to talk about your attitude.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
I don't know that we're big dick cops. We're probably average-sized dick cops.
Real big dick cops. Look at them. Reckless. Swinging in the wind.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do.
These guys are just a bunch of toadies,
Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
he says thoughtfully.
Yeah, gave him real nice big dicks.
These guys have a dick obsession.
Yeah. Anyways.
He wraps it up. I see Titus is actually potentially embarrassed by this.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. We'll handle the investigation.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.
Nice, nice. How did we do? Oh, see, our points into suggestion are really paying off.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
All right, let's scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man, in his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet.
Ooh, maybe we can ask him for some smokes for our quest.
Across, at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian, in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations, hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
Cool, that's pretty neat that we were able to figure that out from these gang tattoos.
And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardie, Captain.
He was the captain of a rowing club. That seems weird, but okay.
In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important.
Good, because I have no idea what a plectrum is.
Let's call this one the musician.
Okay, let's. And the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
See, he's potentially a real toady.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
Okay, so we're getting some of the mystery solved here.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
Yeah, one of them is missing. The odd soul?
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardie?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Titus is staring at you with his head tilted. I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where is the 8th Hardie boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardie boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardie boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire. He really respects her.
Interesting.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
I see. The odd soul is a woman.
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
Let's kick some ass here.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardie boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right, Kim. Yeah, you're real quick on the uptake.
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardie Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
He points at the lieutenant.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
So it's unclear how we should respond here before I continue. Because Officer Superstar is not a big dick guy, but I'm not sure he's necessarily going to take a bunch of shit from this guy. All right, well, we'll have to see.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
I think we just hit him with it. The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They couldn't get him down, boss. He's still up there, stinking up the place.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why are your boot prints all over the
You
scene?
mean these boots?
He raises his worker boot, size 46, steel reinforced toe. Yes.
We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
Huh? No way, he just admitted to it.
Yeah, we did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene.
Wow, these guys must feel like they can act with impunity. They really believe that we can't enforce the law. Aha, so you just confessed to murder?
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
I wouldn't have predicted this.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
We know, or we feel strongly that he was strangled. So let's ask Titus if he will, to see if he admits to it, because only one person can strangle. How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
See, so we know that that's not true. He's lying.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
We need more. Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, You don't have to clarify anything.
Elizabeth needs to shut up.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
He's lying. He's lying.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Gotta love this Shanky guy. He's got a real mouth on him. He thinks he's funny.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
We can try this composure roll. Things aren't quite right here, are they? But it's a red check, and it can't be retried, and it will change the course of the game if we fail. And so we want to ask other questions first to see if we can raise the chance of success. How did you manage to overpower him?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Where did this overpowering happen?
Right fucking here. The fucker pranced in here like he owns the place. Got what was coming to him.
This guy sounds sort of like Gilbert Gottfried.
This one has a distinct style. He puts so much whiny emotion into everything he says, it's hard to see if he's lying. But he could be.
Okay, so now, see, Shanky might be lying. We're up to 58. Let's try some other stuff. Right, I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out of line.
He repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
Oh, wow, so he was a real soldier.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on. How do you even know he was in Special Forces?
'Cause one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, "I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all."
That would be pretty fucking ballsy. I wonder if he actually did that.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
Wow, that is some balls. You want to talk about big dick energy.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did. Right there. Like some kind of animal.
Shit, I might have hanged him too.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
No kidding. He didn't sing any song or anything. He just got up there and made threats. Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
He wiped spittle from his mouth. This guy was a bad dude. This was a bad dude. Maybe he deserved to be murdered.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
Oh, that's a good question, Rhetoric.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Wow. So this guy thought he could just intimidate all of the union workers into letting the non-union workers in.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
Wow, what an asshole.
He grabbed someone?
The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming, "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? Raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
He repeats like a parrot.
There's something odd here.
Okay, all right, thanks, drama.
Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
We'll definitely make them talk about it. Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinaise matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Oh, we failed volition because we suck at volition. You murdered him just like that? No remorse?
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
We've only killed 3 people, and I'm going to assume that they all deserved it.
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Either of those is a good ending.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
He says it as if it were worse than dying. And Reunion, what's that?
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Look, I'm just doing my job, that's all.
Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison is a charter. That's what it is.
I don't debate that, Elaine.
So is hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
Yeah, Kim, you tell him. Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardie Boy without arresting all Hardie Boys.
Thank you, Lizzie. We'll get to the bottom of it, though. Trust me. I'm not called a superstar for nothing.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Wow, that sounds like a challenge.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Yeah, we're going to follow Rhetoric's advice and just ignore her. Address Titus. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
He sounds more amused than angry. It's the 8th Hardie Boy, the one who's missing, the big dick. I think we're going to go for that, even though we know it's not true.
Titus, no one was thinking.
So there was a moment of silence, and that before the long-haired one, Glenn, said, Titus, no one was thinking.
That there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it. Titus won't let him.
Nice.
No. Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it. Right. Fucking here.
He says while grabbing his crotch. Nice, we got him to admit that he's the one who calls all the shots.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Lizzie, we're gonna break Titus because he's too much of a big swinging dick. When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah. Who do you think we are?
I think you're a bunch of toads who just follow around the guy who's got the loudest voice.
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for Wild Pines? The shipping company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Oh, I wonder if that's Orani, the woman we met the first night. I thought she was a dancer, though. I don't know, we'll see.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
We could say, why don't I just arrest you and step closer to Titus, but I don't think that's the way we would operate. We don't have great volition or physical instrument. We would be more on the thoughtful. That's more consistent with our intellect, our high intellect. So what we're going to say is, so what are we going to do now? Conclude the questioning.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinaise, go back to your stations where you belong.
Okay, so now we got a new task. Prove your authority to Titus Hardie. So we're going to have to figure out how to do that. And meanwhile, we'll ignore Elizabeth.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
The lieutenant closes his notebook. Yes, Kim, I agree.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We are going to look into this.
Excellent. I agree, Kim. That is exactly what we're going to do.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
I can't believe these guys are the law officials for the union. Most of them are wimpy losers.
Rent-a-cop. So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
Okay, so we can do an authority challenge, which there's no way we're going to pass. But I notice it's a godly check. That's kind of crazy. It's a white check that we can retry, I suppose, if we get more authority. But we're not even going to bother right now. We do get a bonus for having discussed the 8th Hardie, though. I'm going to take off now. Oh, I like the way he's just walking back. Okay. Little autosave action. I'm surprised Kim doesn't have something to say. Okay, I'm not going to say that out loud. Let's see if Elizabeth has anything more to say to us.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardie girl?
I am not.
She says dryly.
You could be, Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Oh, how kind, Glenn.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
Yeah, see, Glenn is a sexist pig like all the rest of these guys.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
He's right, you know. You're very pretty.
The cold look in her eyes speaks louder than words. She is not amused.
That's good, because my intention was not to amuse her.
It's not her. She's not a Hardie girl. Definitely.
Maybe we'll talk later, and then leave. Let's go to our journal. And we've got find Morel, the cryptozoologist, obviously. And prove your authority to Titus. Talk to Titus and establish authority in the Hardie Boys' eyes. You have to gain authority in Titus's eyes for the investigation to advance. Soften him up first. Maybe investigate the crime scene or the body. Look for a witness. Get help from the union boss or the company rep. Tie them to any other crimes. Okay, these are all good ideas. Let's see what we can figure out. We'll begin to figure it out next time, though. Until then, take care. Thanks for being here. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and to have your pet spayed or neutered, but not bull.